Hello everyone. I had to record this round again because I realized I fucked up after what, like half a month, that I realized that I don't have the right format and the the audio was not doing well. But this is round, I don't know, I think this is winners round 3 against his ass, which is Colossus. And yeah, let's get right into these. This is a three match series against Colossus, and we'll see how it goes. Game one, I th- okay, just saying, like, if I forget anything, it's probably because it's like 15 weeks ago. No, 15 days ago rather. So don't hopefully you don't bash me too hard on that. But the other ones, like, I recorded right after the game, so it should be fine for the other ones. But this one, I also recorded one right after the game, but uh, I just realized that the audios are shit. So whatever. Anyways, this is a team that I prepped specifically for him. I realized Scarf Volcanion kind of wrecks all his teams, and even this team too, even though I'd never seen it before. So Scarf Volcanion is definitely a very good thing. And the only check to it is Latios, which I can Pursuit Trap. And yeah, that's kind of the pre-game analysis. I'll get right into the match. I knew he was going to lead Conquer because all the other ones don't really make sense. If I lead Weavile, that's kind of bad for this, and if I lead like Volcanion, they're all kind of fucked. So Conk kind of gives him the most out of everything, and also allows him to get the flame orb off immediately. So I just lead Amoonguss expecting him to lead the counter. Threaten a Spore right here as I Spore into his Amoonguss. Um, and right here I just went for a Sludge Bomb onto his T-Tart as he goes into T-Tart, yep. And I go into my Landers here because I want to put rocks up on his rocks because I knew he was definitely defensive rocks T-Tart, seeing the leftovers. And we just traded rocks as he goes into the Amoonguss. I just U-turn out right here into my own Amoonguss because I'm Spidef and I take... If he's Spidef, then I 1v1 this pretty easily. I mean, he's going to switch out eventually, but... Like, I'm the one staying in and I'm the one who's threatening a Spore on his switch outs. So, he goes for a Toxic here, which... I don't know. I don't think that should be his play because it was so obvious I was going to U-turn into my own Amoonguss right there. As I Sludge Bomb, he goes for a Clear Smog. So his attacks don't do crap, and mine do a lot. Right here, I knew he was not going to stay in because he's not going to beat me in the one-on-one war. And this is really nice for checking like Landers and Lopunny, and even Rotomosh, like, can come in and get the regen. So he's definitely switching out right there. So I just started a Spore. And this kind of sucks though. Like, I don't want to Spore the T-Tart. The T-Tart is like the worst thing I can Spore because T-Tart threatens no offensive pressure against my team. And I'd rather take out something like Concounter or Scizor. Anyways, so this is like, it's not an ideal Spore, I guess. That's what I mean. As I go into my Lopunny, expecting him to just stay in and stall a turn of sleep, but he just doubles out into his Concounter, so good play on his part. I went for a fake out here, just getting some chip. He's taking some stand, some burns, that's pretty nice. And right here, I really want to return here because I knew he wasn't going to Mach Punch into my liners because the switching is just so obvious. But, at the time I didn't have the balls to, but whatever. I go into liners as he takes the helmet plus the burn plus the sand. So overall, like, worked out because it's chipping him down like a shit ton. And right here I just go for the earthquake. It does like nothing to him as I U-turn out, and he probably just wanted to keep the Pungus healthy. And I U-turn. This doesn't do too much, but it does give me a free switch into Lopunny. And right here, I think I just clicked return, right? Or Ice Punch, I think. Yeah, I went for the Ice Punch there because, okay, the first thing is, his T-Dart is at 0 turn sleep right now, right? And what that means is it's never gonna wake up. So I'm just threatening something, and like I'm gonna kill him with return either way, right? Or Ice Punch. So I'm not worried about that T-Tart because it's still got 0 turn sleep. Like, he can switch him around all he wants because I'm still gonna click return or Ice Punch regardless. as this does a solid 42% to the Amoonguss, which is really nice because chipping down Amoonguss is very crucial. I feel like I just clicked the return right here as he goes back into T-Tar, 20%. I just clicked it again because there's no reason for me to predict, right? The T-Tar is still at 0 turn sleep, and so he's not gonna, like, there's no way he's gonna beat Lopunny. He goes back into the T-Tar as I just click the return again, picking this up. Pretty nice. And he goes into the Diggersby, which is a problem. Right here, I wasn't sure whether or not he's gonna SD, but we went Diners anyways, and get into him off as he goes for the quick attack, and he is just gonna go for a frustration picking me up, and I do get a free switch into the Volcanion. I threaten a KO if he stays in because Steam Eruption is really nice. And I knew he wasn't going to go Amoonguss because he isn't going to risk that. So he's going to go Latios. I mean, there's no reason, honestly, for him to not go Latios. I could have doubled into the Weavile there because it was such an obvious switch in, but I don't know why I didn't. And right here, I went into the Amoonguss because I knew he wasn't going to go to the... He wasn't going to Psychic, right? Because if he lets him Weavile, this thing's trapped for nothing. And he had the Draco Meteor there to make sure I don't... Like, he doesn't lose him on immediately. Like right here, at least he ensures some damage onto something, which is this Amoonguss. And I decided that, well, I should keep this Amoonguss for later. I don't know why, actually. I guess, like, it has Spore. I feel like that was such a bad play, though. No, I think about it. Because if I sack the Amoonguss, I pursue trap with Weavile, right? He goes into Conk. I guess he does threaten Drain Punch, which is a problem, but like the Rotom would be at full health to check the Conk, the Diggersby, and the Scizor, and the Amoonguss, but like the Amoonguss is pretty much like almost dead. I mean, Regen is such a broken ability that after like 1 or 2 switches, it's gonna be like alive and kicking again, but I don't know. I probably should have sacked the Amoonguss, but I decided to go Rotom because I wanted to get the defog off. I think that was what I was thinking at that time. Because I knew that after another Draco, I'm going to live this one. And I decided to get defog off because it's good for Volcanion. I mean, like, he threatens a lot of priority pressure. And I want my Volcanion to be healthy enough to deal with that. Anyways, right here, I Volt Switched out because I thought he wouldn't, like, risk his Diggersby for no reason. I mean, if he stays in, right, as I go Amoonguss, like, he loses nothing from this turn. At least that's what I feel like. But he just goes right out into Diggersby, risking Diggersby, and as he just returns to pick me up, which is unfortunate. And I just go into my Volcania. I threaten a KO onto everything. I went for a Steam Eruption here because I knew he wasn't going to go to the Amoonguss, because I threatened a KO with Flamethrower, and it's not even that hard of a read to make. So, and he can't go Latios because Latios get 2 KO by this thing. So I knew he was gonna just go for a. He was just gonna stay in or sack Conk. That was kind of my or go Latios, like other one. Stay in, go Latios, or sack Conk. So overall, this worked out as I go into my Amoonguss on his Draco Meteor. I go to Weavile here, just pursue trapping this because this Latios is super annoying. It also stops my Volcanium from sweeping, so getting rid of it is really good. But right here, the Pursuit Trap, I guess the one disadvantage of Pursuit Trapping there instead of Ice Sharding is it allows Conk in. And this is really bad because he threatens a Drain Punch. And Drain Punch, if he Drain Punches the Weavile, right, which is, I feel like the most expendable member of my team because it's never breaking past Scizor. If he Drain Punches the Weavile, this is really bad because it puts me in a very, it puts him at like super high health. My Volcanion, I don't know if Steam Eruption is gonna kill, but like, and Lopunny Fake Out will not pick this up anymore, so that's really bad. So I had to switch into Lopunny here because I don't want him getting any health back. I need Volcania for the end game Flamethrower sweep, right? So I need to get rid of this. Then Flamethrower will pick these last 2 months up, but he just goes for a Mach Punch. So good play on his part. No, bad play on his part actually, because there's no reason he shouldn't Drain Punch, right? If you Drain Punch, you get some health back. And that's good for him, right? Because it was kind of obvious I was banned in Pursuit, because I didn't take Life Orb. Like, the only Weavile you see are like either Life Orb Weavile or Banded Weavile. Anyways, I go back into my Weavile. Right here, this is a 50-50 play. Because I need... Okay, look, if he stays in and lets me Ice Shard, he loses to Volcania and Flamethrower, right? That's number one. But if he switches out as I pursuit, he still loses to Volcano Flamethrower. So he has to make this play, right? I thought he might switch out, so I went for the pursuit here because Scissors tanks this, right? And I feel like the pursuit isn't that obvious, especially because he's the conk and has Mach Punch. But he decides to make a great play, stays in, takes my weave out, and that's not great because I thought Volcania drops to Flame Mach Punch plus Scissor Bullet Punch. I mean, I had to go for it. Volcania lives on 10%. I was like, oh shit, we better live this. And then Scissor, it is a 4x resistant attack, so fortunately we were able to tank that, live it comfortably with that Chinese EV spread. And right here, my last hope is, please don't be Spadef Among Us. I mean, it doesn't look Spadef judging from the damage it took from Lopunny, but you know, too easy. It's too easy sometimes. But Flamethrower, we live on 1%, and you know, that's game one. So pretty close match, or rather very, very, very close match. I mean, it came down to that. I think that 50-50 on Weavile is the most crucial. He probably lost due to a roll, because after I calculated, I think Conk did. I think that was like kind of like a mid roll. I mean, the Scissor got like the highest roll possible, but the Conk got the mid roll. Anyways, and that's game one. And let's get into game two. And I brought this team. This is a Gengar team, and I was pretty proud of this team because I like it a lot. And he's bringing the same team. Props to him. I mean, he probably was feeling confident after game one because he lost due to a roll. But you know, let's get right into it. And right here, I turn that off. I led with Garchomp because I thought he might either lead Concounter or no, I thought he might lead Concounter or Apungus, I guess, because Greninja is probably my lead. He's not gonna lead Latios because it threatens a U-turn. T-Tar, maybe T-Tar because T-Tar kind of makes sense. I mean, because you threaten a what's that called? You threaten a pursuit on my U-turn, but low kick will destroy him, so I don't agree with this. I was feeling like he's gonna lead Conk because Mach Punch like threatens Gren a lot, but I'll lead Garchomp here, put it on rocks as he goes hard Latios. So great play on his part. Knowing that I'm Rocks Chomp, or even if I'm offensive Chomp, I don't think I'll click Dragon Claw right there. As I go into my Tangrowth, I was like, oh shit, this is fucking 67%. Oh no, I don't have a switch it into this. I was just going for a knockoff here as he switches into T-Tar. I was initially very confused about this play because I was like, why doesn't he just stay in Latios and pick up his Tangrowth, right? But it kind of makes sense because Latios, if he stays in, it allows in Gren, and Gren can just fire off a U-turn, and none of his mons really appreciate that, and that gives him like all the momentum in the road. So this makes sense because it allows him to go into T-Tar, and he gets his rocks up, and like I need to double into something that can deal with it. I chose Lopunny as he gets his rocks up, and right here I was like, oh shit, okay, he's not gonna stay in an HJK. No, he's not gonna stay in the T-Tar, right? So I decided to go for the return as he just stays in and goes for Thunder Wave Paralysis. And this is really detrimental because Lopunny kind of destroys like his whole team after Amaryngus dies. So that's like one win con down for me, and that kind of sucks. If I HJK'd there, I would be in such a good position. But this T-Wave is really unfortunate. But I decided to go for a Power Up Punch right here. As he goes into Mungus, I was like, maybe the Paralysis is a blessing in disguise because then my return will hit like super hard now as he goes for the Clear Smog. Yep, and right here I just go for an HJK, expecting the T-Tar to go back in, but you know, HJK to the left, and I missed that one as he Giga Drain and picks me up. So that's very unfortunate in my opinion because if I hit, I would still be alive, and that's the most crucial part. This is probably the biggest misplay of in the century. I decided to go for an Ice Beam because I thought it would definitely kill Mungus, and it would probably kill T-Tar. That's what I was thinking at least. But Ice Beam, as you can see, doesn't even do what? It did like 19% or some shit, right? Yeah, it did like 15%. This was a really bad play. I really wanted to U-turn there actually but I wasn't sure whether or not his Amogus is gonna stay in. But like I realized after I think about this play, like if I U-turn just into Tangrowth right here and sacking it, I think I would be in like a very good position though, because Gengar doesn't say KO onto almost everything. Even Thunderous HP Ice Cap turns everything, and that's I don't know. I feel like U-turn is definitely the right play there. Just thinking about it afterwards, but whatever. And as I switches out, and he goes for the pursuit. So fantastic play on his part. He's like outplaying me every fucking turn. Um, and I go into my Tangrowth as he Stone Edges and doesn't kill me. I just went for another knockoff, expecting him to switch to his Amoonguss right there, but unfortunately, Tangrowth also drops. I go into my Garchomp here as he goes into Amoonguss. I believe I just went for an Earthquake. It does a solid 33%, but something is getting spored, and I don't want anything getting spored, so I Sacred Ninja right here as he doubles into Latios, which is like a fucking flex play because he just kind of regens some health on the Mungus for nothing. Anyways, I go into Gengar here. I had to risk a speed tie. I think I went for the what is it, Sludge Wave? Yes, because Sludge Wave 2 at KO's Diggersby, and I knew he wasn't gonna go Scizor. So that's that. He goes into Scizor, makes another flex play, goes right out into Latios, man. Bro, I need I'm never gonna stay in the Sludge Wave being a Scizor, but god damn, just fucking U-turn into your Latios. Anyways, Draco Meteor kills Thunderous, and this is over at this point. I went for I think I went for a Shallow Ball as it picks up the Conk. No, a Sludge Wave as it picks up the Conk. He goes into his Diggersby, and I just went into my Garchomp here as he goes for the Earthquake. Yep, I went back into my Gengar from the Flex play as he goes for the Frustration. I think I just went for a Sludge Wave or a Focus Blast, something like that. Who cares? Because this game is now lost, guaranteed, and GG's. So he played this very well. I mean, he made like a lot of unnecessary doubles just to flex on my inabilities, but you know, I don't know. I definitely shouldn't have high jump kick, and I definitely should have U-turn. I feel like it would be like a much different. No, I definitely shouldn't. No, I definitely should have high jump kick on the T-Tard, right? I feel like it would be such a different game if that happened, but whatever. So we're now 1-1, tied for what's it? Yeah, tied game. So going into game 3, I was like, I have to bring something I'm super comfortable with, and because I don't know what he's gonna bring, and I need to bring something that wins every matchup. And I decided to bring this team, which, if you remember, I used it round 1 against Spidget, and it's a very solid team. I really like it. So, and he's bringing it like a holy shit, like a threat team. Mega Heracross fucking dismantles this team. Because I mean, Rock Blast legit picks up a KO every time it comes in. So, that's that. Turn 1, I led with my Keldeo because I saw it has like good matchup against like his whole team. I went for a hard Icy Wind here. My reason behind it is, okay, look, not all Kellyos carry Icy Wind, right? Some run like weird HP shit. Some run Focus Blast. Like I don't really want rocks on my side, because I feel like Zard, Zapdos, and even Latios, they don't appreciate the rocks at all. And having them up just sucks. So I decided to Icy Wind to see if he's gonna get greedy. Even if he's defending the Chomp, he's not gonna tank a Specs Icy Wind. But he makes a great play and just goes into the Tentacruel. I mean, I should have probably just scalded and read that, but like I was just seeing, like I guess I'm the greedy one here, but I was just seeing if he's gonna get greedy, trying to get rocks up as I Icy Wind him to death. So. It is what it is. As I go into my Zapdos, he throws down a layer of Toxic Spike, which is really bad. So I just decide to defog him away as he goes for the Sludge Bomb, and he poisons, I believe. Yep, he poisons this Zapdos, which is really bad because I need the Zapdos' longevity. I go for a Discharge. Unfortunately, there's no Paralysis. I just go for, I went for another defog as he goes for another Sludge Bomb. Right here, it's like looking really bad because he has like all the momentum in the world because Sludge Bomb's threaten me to roost right here, and he can just throw up T spikes and bomb again and threaten me to roost again. So this is very bad. I just decided to be like, fuck it, let's just discharge and see what comes in, you know, because he might be switching, expecting me to roost or something, or defog, you know. And this is very unfortunate because I didn't get the paralysis, but we do get some damage on Weavile, which is really crucial. As I go into my Keldeo because there's nothing better, he knocks me off, and I think I just go for a Secret Sword, right, or something. No, okay, you know what? I was smarter at that time, and I knew he was gonna go back to Tentacle. I went to Extra Drill, and I think I sped. No, I just Earthquake, so whatever. Fantastic play by machao753 backline. As he goes for the Dragon Tail, gets a static, which is good. I'm forced into Zard because of the Dragon Tail, but I decided to go back to Zapdos because I knew there's no way he double Dragon Tails me because he wants to get those rocks up super bad. Like I can tell it in his eyes, you know. So like I'm not gonna stay in and Solar Beam with that Charizard because it gets me nothing out of it. I mean, sure I killed this, but then it allows in something else and it's just gonna go back bad from there. So I knew he was gonna put rocks here, so I decided to go Zapdos because it's a free defog. Right, it's the freest defog of my life as he goes into a Weavile. And I think I went back into Keldeo. I'm not sure, or did I just stay in? Oh, I just stayed in. Maybe because I was expecting a pursuit or something. Anyways, I go into my T-Tart, and I think I pursuit. Yep, did solid 39%. So if I can somehow get some hazards up, which is on that T-Tar because nothing else gets it. Then I could beat the Weavile without any trouble. Right here, Latios, he puts rocks up on Latios, and I decided to switch out because I thought he was going to go Jirachi. And it makes sense, right? He did go Jirachi, as I go for a Rapid Spin here, I think. Yep, I went for Rapid Spin, spinning away these racks, but I'm also taking like 29% in recoil, so that's a big price to pay for these racks. But I just Earthquaked here because I knew he wasn't going to Earthquake. Yeah, I knew he was just going to go for the play and get rocks back up, and I just killed that my extra just picked up that Garchomp, and this is really good because now like there's one less thing stopping extra rolls from sweeping. My idea was if I can somehow play in a position where I get an SD up, right? I can kill his whole team in the sun. No, not in the sun, in the sand. I think Heracross, maybe like I need some chip on Heracross though. Like, but then +2 honor head would kill. Earthquake just destroys this thing, +2 Earthquake, +2 Earthquake. So that was kind of the end game I'm playing to. I switched into my Latios on his Keldeo, and I was like, shit. Why did he go Weavile? But he didn't realize I wasn't scarfed. So he didn't go for the Ice Shard, but like if he Ice Sharded that, I would have been fucked. But anyways, Scarf Latino saves lives as I picked up this Weavile. Pretty good. He goes into Heracross, which is a great play because he realizes I was scarfed. I mean, yeah, definitely, because I killed him first. But Pin Missile will come out here, and something on my team will drop. Sorry, Keldeo, but it has to be him because Keldeo can't break through Tentacruel, and that's a problem. And even then, like I had to risk a Keldeo Civita, and that's really bad. Right here, this is a turn I thought about for eternity. Okay, so I was talking about how I realized that Keldeo endgame is crucial. No, sorry, extra drill endgame is crucial for me to win. I was thinking about doubling to extra drill right here because the Tentacruel switching is so obvious. Because if I go extra drill, I threaten some pressure, right, with Earthquake. But after thinking about it, I decided to stay in, partially because I've been like doubling into my extra drill a lot, and like I'm expecting him to read this double. This Heracross is a threat. Like it's probably the biggest threat on his team because it's the only thing that can tank extra drill Earthquake. So if he goes into Tentacruel here, like good play by him. I'm forced out into my Latios, and then who knows what will go from there. And it's a really bad position for me because if I go into Latios, he's gonna go Jirachi, and then like I'll probably have to double into my extra drill on his Jirachi, and threaten earthquakes, right? So I feel like this is such a bad position for me. I can't really take the risk of him staying in, so I decided to flamethrower as he does stay in for some reason, and I picked it up. So I think this is definitely a misplay on his part because I feel like even if he goes technical on my extra drill, right? I throw in an earthquake, he could just easily go back to Heracross. And like, what's switching into a Heracross close combat? Legit nothing. So I don't know. I feel like this was definitely a misplay on his part. I don't know. That's just my thought though. But anyways, and I was like, oh shit, the game's like done at this point because he loses this mon, which is like a throw, I think, because these three all died to extra drill and send with an SD up. So you can go whatever he wants. You can go to this Kelio, whatever. I just go into my Latios on his Kelio. He makes a great play and doubles into Jirachi, but it doesn't matter at this point. I mean, he can Iron Head all he wants, but you know, it doesn't matter because I go hard into extra drill here. I mean, if he doubled in right out into Kelio, good play on his part, but then I just go back to Latios, and he has to double again and double again. So the momentum's or the like the not momentum but the control is definitely on my side. And I just SD here because nothing's stopping me from killing everything. Like he can stay in with Jirachi, but he's just gonna Iron Head again, and that's bad for him because he's slower. He can't flinch me. And I just went for an SD earthquake once, earthquake twice, goes back to Jirachi, switch back to T-Tar, get the sand back up, and earthquake another time, and that's game 3. So I don't know. He was a very tough opponent, very very tough opponent actually. That Heracross thing was questionable, but like he had me threatening. He threatened like all my mons. He had me sweating the whole first part of the game because he was just playing so well. And I feel like I was in like a bad position the whole time. I'd make some like reads to get back into the game, but you know it worked out. So, anyways, thank you for watching, and we'll see you guys next time. Peace.